It's a prime time special, and no, I don't mean it like Skipper. I mean TNA Impact.
Just before turning point, and could this be the turning point in Jeff Jarrett's title reign? Let's find out, guys, here on Fog Wrestling.
The reign of terror that hasn't exactly reigned consecutively for years, but it's been on and off like the rain in the UK. Pretty shite. The guy holds the belt for months, loses it for a week, wins it back next week, and then holds it again for another 6 months.
I don't think I should have to defend it against him.
And then he just blames TNA management. So basically what Jeff Jarrett wants is just to never defend the belt. And by the way, this show did 800,000 viewers.
Is that up or down for last week?
It's the same as last week. Last week did 800,000 viewers as well. So TNA here,
not bad.
They're not quite getting into their millions yet, but they will next year.
800,000 is no bad, I don't think.
I mean, it's up from the start of the year before, and plus Impact's only really around. They were doing like on their weekly shows, they were doing like 200,000, 150,000. So all of a sudden they're approaching 1 million numbers here. So they're getting close to it.
Yeah, it's almost mainstream numbers, isn't it?
And when you add Kurt Angle to the mix. I mean,
your numbers of ratings go up.
I mean, you can say what you want, but they're only 500,000 of current fucking Raw.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
another major league. But we did kick off with that dirty dog, Jeff Jarrett. And the American Most Wanted. They're taking on Jeff Hardy, Chase Stevens, and Andy Douglas. I just don't get this Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas tag team, do you?
I don't. And do you want a spoiler, by the way, when TNA will get into the millions?
Kurt Angle's debut.
No, I believe it is. Dun, 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 drum roll, please. Last week in January 2006, 1.1 million.
No bad. That must be when Christian wins the belt or something.
Right.
I just don't really understand Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas. They've been betrayed pretty strong, I think.
They have been. They've been out though since Bound for Glory.
No, but yeah, they have been. But no, I don't like.
Sting's retirement speech, by the way.
Team, is it?
1.1 million, buddy.
Team Canada, right? Jeff Jarrett and America's Most Wanted. I think all their matches they get fucking destroyed and they just sneak a win.
Especially by what's this team called again?
I don't know what they're called. No,
Chase Stevens and
Douglas
Williams, or whatever he's called.
Andy Douglas.
Yeah, they always seem to have the beating. And they had the beating of them tonight, but unfortunately...
no, but I don't recall Evolution like getting battered every match and sneaking a win. No, if it was against Goldberg, maybe they'd get battered, but they'd sneak a win.
Yeah, but it doesn't really happen.
But like, I think Jeff Jarrett does. I mean, I think if we've taken on even Amazing Red, he'd fucking get battered and sneak a win. But they do manage to pick up the win. Jeff Hardy was wearing green neon paint, and Jeff Jarrett ended up infected.
And yeah, before we talk about that, one last thing I want to mention about the ratings, right? Then we can talk about this show. TNA's fucking shows are coming on at 11 PM Eastern. It's not a good time slot.
No, it's not. But only it's on for an hour.
Yeah, but it's not like the Raw and SmackDown.
Well, I don't think TNA's got the where they come on.
No, but I remember ECW used to come on at like 2 AM. I mean, that was the grave shift fucking slot in the UK. Fucking big ECW.
In the UK?
I don't know. I think it was late in America as well. I think that's
not too bad if it's 2 AM in the UK though.
No, but I think ECW in America was late as well. Because sure, like the more views you can get, if you take a graveyard slot, you won't have to pay as much money.
No. Well, obviously,
or get as much money, like, you know. So
probably have them going at 5 AM.
True.
But yeah, 6-man tag. Jeff Hardy, Jeff Jarrett, multicolored, green.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett looking very green. It's a bit weird just seeing his... I mean, Jeff always wrestles in face paint and shit and body paint, and it never really comes off and onto other wrestlers. Yeah. Not that I've noticed before. Not to this extent, anyway.
The highlighter has leaked here.
Yeah, I don't know what he was using.
Nah, but whatever has it is burst. But Jeff Jarrett, you know, just gets does the stroke. 1, 2, 3. Even the stroke, it's just a slow fucking wins. Yo, I know you can say maybe Jeff Hardy's on every drug to the moon. I'll accept that. But see if there was ever a time for Jeff Hardy to like grab a company by the scruff of the neck, is it not this TNA run and give him the fucking belt?
And what's he done? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, like, no, we can always talk about...
We can be honest though, his second TNA run's a lot better.
No, it is, obviously, but... TNA dropped the balls, I think, in these years, just having Jeff Jarrett hoard the fucking belt.
Yeah, we've got to be honest here. See Jeff Jarrett. Is he the biggest star in TNA right now? Is he really bigger than a Jeff Hardy or a Rhino? I've got to be honest though, is he?
No?
As someone would say, I mean, I know he likes to say this a lot about people never drew a dime, but, I mean, he didn't really draw a dime, really.
I think there's a lot of money in the Dudleys fucking having the belts. Like, Bubba Ray having the world title for fucking Jeff Jarrett.
Or having the Dudleys as the tag team champs, but almost positioning them as the top guys.
No, the thing...
And having the... You could have... See, while the Dudleys were there, and the Dudleys were like the forefront of TNA, you could have positioned the tag team titles as the most important title in TNA, because they'd done it with the X Division.
Yeah.
See, a lot of the time, while Jeff Jarrett was doing this like hostage fucking run with the belt, a lot of the times the X Division belt was main eventing anyway. I think they could have done this with the Dudleys.
No, but you've got the company playing the narrative of, oh, fuck WWE, look at Triple H, he's got the belt, and you're doing the exact same thing, but worse.
I see when Christian came out and he was talking about he left a show where people were coming out and cutting 20-minute promos. See if TNA was on for 2 hours, Jeff Jarrett would be cutting 20-minute promos. But he has to do 10 because it's only on for 1 hour.
At least WWE's got SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean,
TNA's just got Jarrett.
I mean, no offence to Jeff Jarrett, like, but I think when you look back, he did hold down TNA for these years.
You know, he did.
I just think they could have done a hell of a lot more.
No, they could.
There's so many more. I think Raven's a lot more interesting than Jeff Jarrett.
He is.
But the guy can't even get in the fucking building.
Like I said, you know, if Billy Gunn's ever going to win a world title, is this not it?
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Like,
and see these people I'm not saying they'd fucking do what Jeff Jarrett did and hold it for 6 years or whatever. I'm talking 2-month reigns.
is it any coincidence though? As soon as like Dixie Carter comes in, and they start getting the big names in, Jeff Jarrett never sees a title again.
Nah, he's just a fucking jobber.
So,
anyway,
Jeff Jarrett gets sent
he
home.
was better towards Austin, and he just wanted to take as many fucking title reigns as he could. But we move on to Rhino, talking again about his career. He's walking down Philadelphia, I think it is, Seaside, and he's like, I'm going to win the title. That's it, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moving on though, got Larry Zbyszko and Raven. What about that girl, Raven? Oh yeah!
I reckon Raven's girl would draw more ratings than fucking Jeff Jarrett.
Probably would, but yep, Zbyszko says here, I'm the director of authority, and what are you doing, Raven? You can't touch me!
You can't come in here. Raven says at Turning Point he's going to beat whoever Zbyszko puts in front of him, and he will drop Zbyszko on his neck, on his head even. Neck, head, same
and
shit.
this is another thing, like, TNA using Jeff Jarrett, like, it's just also like late WCW. Like, I'm not saying Jeff Jarrett was the WCW guy in the dying days, but fucking change it up. Honestly. I just don't get it. Samoa Joe defeats Amazing Red. We've got Alex Shelley out there with his camera, videotaping it. This Amazing Red guy, I never got the gimmick. Coming out in a TNA shirt with fucking a red mohawk sort of thing.
Yeah, I never really liked the Amazing Red. Very small dude as well. Just a guy really went to the Amazing Red. I get it. Oh, he's in red and he's amazing, but it didn't really do much for me. Like, I personally wasn't a big fan
No, it didn't.
of the Amazing Red.
Even talking about him gives you a fucking sore throat. But up next we've got Mike Tenay and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Right, what's happened to Bobby the Brain? We've seen him last week.
He looks pretty decrepit, I'll give him that. The guy's old though.
No, he's old, right? But if you remember him in like WCW...
Yeah, but you're right. Seeing WCW in his last like couple of years, he looked alright. Alright, I get it, he was looking old, but he looked healthy old. See when you see him a couple of years later, I think he even had an appearance in WWE.
Yeah, he did. Mania. X7.
And he just looked really fragile.
Yep. Yeah, even then.
No, I mean, in WWE's appearance, he looked fragile. But
he's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
and
no,
you look at, it's like people like him, even like Lex Luger. These, like, not even these days, I'm talking like 10 years ago. Even like, see when Ultimate Warrior came back, he still looked big.
He was big, buddy.
Like, Sting today still looks big. But there's some people, man, that just, like, they do not age well. And, like, it's not like this guy was on the roids.
No.
He's a fucking manager. And he's lost weight, and he's lost the ability to speak.
Yeah.
This guy's a young American. Yeah. He's a heavyweight champion of the baseball.
Sounding a bit like Dusty Rhodes here.
I'm the grandson of a plumber.
I don't know what Bobby Heenan is, but he's certainly know the brain.
Would that not be Goldust? Would he be the grandson of a plumber?
Apparently, true, but apparently when he died,
Grandson of a faggot.
he looked like a light bulb.
Who?
Bobby the Brain Heenan. That's what he looked like, a light bulb.
Was he shining?
No, like big head, small body.
Alright, okay.
No, that.
Who said that?
I don't know. The reports at the time. I just remember. It all stuck with me in my head. But no, remember that episode of SpongeBob where they're at the door with the chocolate, and the person's mum comes to the door in the wheelchair and they're like a worm with the sunglasses on. That's what he looked like, apparently.
What's who should he die at?
I don't know. I don't know what he had. I think he had a stroke and then he had something. But
Shame.
point is, I don't think he should be on TV here.
No, he looks awful old.
And
Like,
I'm not saying you.
Although at least he's.
Fuck am I?
I mean, at least he wasn't taking bumps.
True. No, it's the same with Flair now. Like Flair looks very skinny and frail.
No, he does. He does.
Like, and even if you look at Hogan recently, he's beginning to fucking. But I mean, people age, man. We have to just accept it. But essentially, what's happening here is we're getting a match at turning point between these baseball guys. It just screams WCW, doesn't it?
Yeah, WCW.
Right, then we have the 4 Live crew taking on the Beasts of Furman. They defeat the Beasts of Furman. What is this? The Beasts of Furman? Elvis and Sin? The fuck's this? 4 Live crew is a failed experiment. Why did they make so... Oh, buddy, do you accept Billy? No, we don't accept anybody. They suck, don't they?
Yeah, they absolutely suck.
No, I don't understand why this faction went anywhere. Like, why does Billy Gunn need them? If anything, why wouldn't you just reunite Billy Gunn and Road Dogg and go as a tag team?
Yeah, just 4 Live crew. The 4 of them just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. What did that really...
I think Conan and R-Truth can work as a team, but not the 4 of them.
Well, I think they will break up soon.
No, they will, like, but for fuck's sake, what are we doing, man? Honestly, this is just garbage. Then we've got Bobby Roode and Scott D'Amore backstage. It's Bobby Roode just cutting a promo about Christian Cage here. Because, of course, they're going into action up next. Scott D'Amore says he offered Christian a chance to rule TNA. But now there's going to be a shift in power. Then we have Christian Cage taking on Bobby Roode. Decent enough match here. But then, after Christian wins, Monty Brown comes out and fucking points him at his boots, doesn't he?
He does. Christian Cage gets... Well, I mean, Christian Cage doesn't get pounced. He manages to dodge the pounce, and it is...
Yeah, well,
well, in the end, he gets taken out, like, but it's Scott Amore, Captain Scott.
He's pounced at his transgender boots.
Big fatty that goes to the outside, so not too good for him.
Christian was never losing this, and it makes sense for him not to lose.
He was wearing the same attire from the SmackDown vs. Raw game.
He was, wasn't
Big Christian Cage, aye. Gets the win over Bobby Roode, but as we see, Monty Brown finishes the night looking pretty strong. And I thought this was going to end the show, but it doesn't.
We cut backstage to like the parking lot. We've got a Biz.
A big massive bright light in the background.
Light bulb.
Maybe it was Bobby the Heenan, I don't know. But it's shining bright, and we've got a Biz and Mr. Scott or James Scott.
James Mitchell.
Mitchell, that's the one. James Mitchell.
Phil Mitchell. Go play games, huh?
They're walking in towards the camera. Mike Tenay's like, oh, they're walking into the impact zone. And I'm thinking, hold on, the show's about to end in 2 seconds. They come down to the ring. Rings look normal. Absolutely everything's fine here.
How many promos can James Mitchell though do about barbed wire?
Well, he gets in the ring to cut a promo. He can't really cut anything because the lights go out. The lights come back on about 2-3 seconds later. Biz is in the ring, but he is joined by Sabu, and the ropes have magically turned into barbed wire. So, yeah, explain this.
Don't know what happened, man. They must have the world's quickest fucking ring crew.
And they worked in the dark as well.
Exactly. Editor's note on Online World of Wrestling noted, very clever camera trick there. Is it really? I mean, for fuck's sake, man. The screen fades to black and they've just put in the barbed wire. It's not groundbreaking, this.
No, not really.
It's obviously just, the benefits of a taped show.
Yeah,
like,
give me the benefits, buddy.
I mean, because evident at fucking turning point, it took them about half an hour to sort the fucking barbed wire out, so...
I'd like them to try this shit when it was live.
God damn it.
But that is where TNA ended. I thought a pretty weak go-home show.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great. I mean,
My problem with it is...
you couldn't even got Rhino can't even show up for some reason.
Yeah, Rhino's got the Raven effect. Like,
The Raven effect, pun intended. There, DDT, plant it on his head, boom.
yeah, I just don't think Abyss and Sabu should be ending the show. Like, they end it, then they kick off Turning Point.
Yeah, so crazy, absolutely crazy there.
I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Aye, 4
I'll get a 5 out of 10. I like the ending. I did like the ending, but it's a bit far fetched how quickly the ropes just changed. So a 4.5, guys, out of 10 for us. And you know, while we were talking about ratings earlier, I just want to point out the fact that on Hogan's debut, TNA did 2.2 million viewers, and they peaked on that show with a high quarter of 2.9. And people have got the audacity to say that AEW is the only company to come in and be in the same stratosphere as WWE since WCW went out of business. Well, hold on a fucking second here. When can AEW claim to get anywhere near those numbers?
Fucking nowhere near.
And AEW's got the benefits of, let's be honest, Tony Khan's fucking sugar daddy da.
A war chest.
I mean, you know, that's what they've got. They've got prime time everything, great network. I mean, TNA were stuck on Spike. I'm not saying Spike's bad, like.
Spike for Tom and Jerry.
But it's not fucking great.
I know.
It's not TNT.
Not
So let's
TNT,
put some
buddy.
respect on TNA's name here.
No, we don't.
2.2 million viewers. AEW can only dream of doing that. 2.9 million quarter, like.
Absolutely phenomenal, guys. But 4.5.
I am.
Hey, when was the last time Raw did 2.2?
Fucking let me know.
No, when was the last time Raw? I tell you what,
That reunion show.
fuck, it would be.
It would be.
Probably the only time it's done it in the past couple of years.
Probably, easily.
Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one, and we'll see what kind of rating Genesis can deliver. Till next time. Wait, is it
Great.
Genesis? Turning Point.
Turning Point.
Turning Point, buddy. We'll see what Turning Point delivers here for us on this channel. But we'll catch you in that one. Until then, though, peace.